Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. Today, we're going to be looking at AI, well, specifically AI-powered software testing. We're going to be exploring how AI is not just changing, like changing the game, it's rewriting the entire rulebook, you know what I mean? And we'll be uncovering how you can build your own specialized AI toolkit to attract those premium clients. Our blueprint for this deep dive is the guide, Building an AI-based Software Testing Toolkit to Attract Premium Clients. And just imagine, we're going to be talking about software that can almost predict the future, software that can find bugs before they even happen, and even writes its own tests. I'm already geeking out a bit, to be honest. To help make sense of all this, we have our expert here with us. What are some of the core ideas we need to know to get started?
I think the most revolutionary aspect is how AI is changing software testing from a reactive process to a proactive one. So instead of just chasing bugs, imagine having a system that can predict where they are most likely to occur. That's the power of AI. We're talking about machine learning. Natural language processing, which is NLP, and predictive analytics, all to create a smarter and more efficient testing system.
Okay, that all sounds pretty amazing in theory, but I need you to paint me a picture here. How does this actually work in the real world?
Well, let's look at Retail Co. as an example. They're a large retail chain,
Yeah.
and they were really struggling with, long testing cycles, and bugs were always slipping through the cracks. So they decided to integrate AI into their testing process. And the results were remarkable. The AI was able to analyze their past data and then identify the riskiest areas of their software. And then by focusing their testing efforts only on those high-risk areas, Retail Co. saw a 30% reduction in their overall QA time.
Wow, 30%. That's massive. I can see how saving that much time would be a game changer for any business, especially if they're working on tight deadlines. So tell me more about these AI-powered toolkits. What are the core components that make them so powerful? It's one thing to say AI can help with testing, but what does that actually look like in practice?
Well, you can think of an AI-powered testing toolkit as a suite of specialized tools. Each tool is designed to tackle a specific aspect of testing. So first, let's start with test case generation. Traditionally, writing test cases has been a manual and time-consuming process. But with NLP, we can automate that. We can feed plain language requirements into an AI system, let's say for a new e-commerce feature, and it can automatically generate the test cases for you. No more writing them out by hand.
So you're telling me I can kiss those tedious hours of writing test cases goodbye. I am already liking where this is going.
And that's just the beginning. Another critical component is defect prediction. This is where AI really shines. So by analyzing historical data, AI algorithms can actually predict where defects are most likely to occur in new code. This allows testing teams to really focus their efforts on the areas that need the most attention. So you're preventing bugs before they even have a chance to cause any trouble.
It's like having a crystal ball for software development. So not only are we fixing bugs faster, we're actually preventing them in the first place.
Exactly. And let's not forget self-healing test scripts. You know how frustrating it is when your test scripts break. Just because of some small change in the application, AI can fix this problem too. We can create scripts that adapt to those changes automatically. So that reduces the maintenance time and the headaches, of course. One web app development team I talked to, they reported a 50% decrease in maintenance time after they implemented some AI-driven self-healing scripts.
50%.
Yeah.
Okay, I am officially on board with this self-healing revolution. It's like having a robotic assistant who just keeps everything running smoothly behind the scenes. What else is in this AI testing toolkit?
We also have AI-driven performance testing. Imagine being able to simulate a massive number of users interacting with your application, like putting it through its paces before it actually goes live. AI can do that. It can simulate a wide range of user behaviors and stress test your application under all kinds of different conditions. That way you can be sure it can handle the load without crashing. No more performance surprises after launch.
So we're not just talking about testing the software, we're talking about predicting how we'll behave in the real world. That's incredible. And I guess that also means we're catching any potential problems early on, which saves time and money down the road.
And speaking of catching things early, AI is also revolutionizing visual testing. Imagine an AI system that can detect even the smallest, tiniest visual glitches, the kind of things that a human tester might miss, like a slight color shift in a button, or maybe a misaligned image. AI-powered image recognition makes that possible.
Wow, it's like having a superpower for visual testing. Okay, I am fully convinced AI is the future of software testing. But let's say I want to start building one of these awesome AI toolkits. Where do I even begin?
Well, building a powerful AI toolkit, it isn't about just throwing a bunch of tools together and then hoping for the best. You need to be strategic. And it starts with clearly defining your goals. What are you trying to achieve with this toolkit? Are you aiming to reduce the testing time, increase test coverage, maybe improve your defect detection rate? You need to establish, measurable metrics like how accurate is your defect prediction? What is your test case generation speed? That way you can track your progress and make sure you're on the right track.
So it's all about having a crystal clear roadmap before you even start building. That makes sense. But once I have those goals and metrics in place, what's the next step?
Well, then you can start exploring the wonderful world of AI tools and frameworks. There are tons of options available, but don't worry, it's not as overwhelming as it might sound. The key is to just choose tools that align with your specific needs and goals. So, for example, if you want to build custom AI models from scratch, you might use frameworks like TensorFlow or PyTorch. But if you're looking for ready-made solutions for, let's say, self-healing scripts, visual testing, or continuous integration, there are specialized platforms like Testim.io, Apple Tools, and Mabel. The good news is there's a tool out there for pretty much every AI testing need you can think of.
Okay, that is reassuring. So it sounds like there's a whole ecosystem of AI tools just ready to be explored. But I imagine these AI models need a ton of data to work your magic. Where does all that data come from?
Well, data is like the lifeblood of any AI system. It's what allows the AI to learn and make intelligent predictions. So you're going to need to collect relevant data from different sources. This could include historical bug logs, test results from your past projects, user stories, and even code complexity metrics. The more data you can feed your AI models, the better they're going to perform.
So it's like feeding the AI a buffet of information so it can learn and grow stronger. So what happens after we gather all this data? Do we just hit a button and let the AI do its thing?
Not quite. The next step is where the real training happens. You take all that raw data and then you use it to train your AI models. It's like sending your AI to boot camp for software testing, You need to refine the models through an iterative process, testing them, fine-tuning them, until you can achieve the highest possible accuracy in their predictions. A well-trained AI model, it can anticipate potential defects and generate those super efficient test cases we talked about. It makes your entire testing process smarter and faster.
So it's not just about collecting the data. It's also about making sure that the AI learns from that data effectively. This whole AI thing is starting to feel less like magic and more like a science. It's fascinating to see how it all comes together.
Absolutely. And then once your AI model has graduated from boot camp, it's time for deployment. You integrate it into your testing workflow and let it loose on your projects. But the learning doesn't stop there. AI is all about continuous improvement. You always need to keep feeding your model new data, monitor its performance, and just make adjustments along the way just to ensure it stays, sharp and relevant as your software evolves.
So it's not a set it and forget it kind of thing. It's more like a partnership where the AI needs our guidance and support to keep learning and improving.
That's a great way to put it. AI is a powerful tool, but it's not a magic bullet. It really needs human intelligence and expertise to reach its full potential.
Okay, I'm getting a good sense of how AI is, revolutionizing the world of software testing. It's powerful, it's efficient, and it's constantly evolving. But let's shift gears for a second and talk about the business side of things. We all know how important it is to attract those premium clients. It's key to success. How does having an AI-based testing toolkit help us to stand out and win over those high-value customers?
This is where things get really interesting. You see, premium clients, they're always looking for something special, something that will give them an edge over their competition. They want, top-notch quality, lightning-fast delivery, and customized solutions that fit their unique needs. And guess what? An AI-powered testing toolkit delivers on all those fronts.
Okay, I am intrigued. Tell me more about how AI can give us that competitive edge.
Well, first, let's talk efficiency. Time is money, right? Premium clients, they often have very tight deadlines, and they need things done, like yesterday. An AI-based toolkit can help you accelerate your testing cycles, you can achieve more with fewer resources, and ultimately save your clients valuable time and money.
Efficiency and cost savings. That's always music to a client's ears. What about accuracy? How can AI help us deliver that, bulletproof quality that premium clients demand?
Well, accuracy is definitely paramount, especially for clients who are putting their reputation on the line with their software. With AI's predictive powers, we can significantly improve our defect detection accuracy. That means fewer bugs are going to slip through the cracks and cause problems after launch. This level of quality assurance is a major selling point for premium clients. who just can't afford to risk their brand reputation on faulty software.
So it's not just about testing faster, it's about testing smarter, which ultimately leads to a better product.
Exactly. And last but not least, there's customization and scalability. No two clients are exactly alike. Their needs can vary quite a bit. But AI allows us to build flexible testing solutions that can be tailored to those very specific needs, whether it's handling a massive load test for a financial application or accommodating unique UI requirements for a, brand-focused project.
Okay, I'm starting to see the bigger picture here. It's like AI gives us the ability to really cater to each client's individual needs and deliver exactly what they're looking for. That kind of personalized service is a major differentiator in today's competitive market.
You got it. It's all about showing your clients that you really understand their unique challenges and that you are equipped with the most cutting-edge tools available to meet their very specific needs.
This is all sounding amazing, but do you have any real-world examples of this in action? Has anyone actually used an AI toolkit to land a major client? I would love to hear a success story.
Absolutely. Take TechServe Solutions, for example. They're a QA consulting firm, and they wanted to break into that competitive healthcare market. They knew that healthcare apps have to meet some, really strict regulations, so they built a custom AI toolkit just for that. Think, NLP-driven test case generation to make sure every single requirement is covered, defect prediction to catch those potential issues early on, and then, visual testing to guarantee a seamless user experience.
So they basically created like an AI-powered dream team just for healthcare software.
Exactly. And then they actually partnered with a major healthcare provider, and they integrated their AI toolkit right into the provider's existing QA process. This let them make sure that every single software update met those really strict, regulatory standards.
That's brilliant. Did it actually work?
It was a total success. The healthcare provider saved hundreds of hours every year in testing time, and their application reliability just skyrocketed. It's that kind of tangible result that really makes those premium clients take notice.
Okay, I am sold on the power of AI toolkits to attract premium clients. But let's be real for a second. Building one of these things sounds pretty complex. Are there any potential challenges that we need to be aware of?
Yeah, you're right. It's not all smooth sailing. One of the biggest hurdles is data privacy and security. When you're dealing with client data, especially in sensitive industries like healthcare or finance, you have to be extra careful. You need to be absolutely sure that your AI models are compliant with all the regulations and that you're handling that sensitive information responsibly.
Data privacy is a big deal these days. So what can we do to make sure we're staying on the right side of the law and protecting our clients' data?
Transparency is key. You need to be upfront with your clients about how you're using their data, what security measures you have in place, and how you're making sure you're compliant with, regulations like GDPR or out to protect. When you're working with sensitive information like that, building trust is absolutely essential.
Transparency and trust.
Yeah.
Got it. What other challenges should we be prepared for?
Another really critical factor is the accuracy and reliability of your AI models. Remember, these models are only as good as the data they're trained on. If you feed them poor quality data or data that's, biased in some way, your results are going to be completely skewed. So you need to have really comprehensive, high quality data sets that are actually representative of the real world to train your models properly.
So it's all about quality over quantity when it comes to data. Garbage in, garbage out, right?
Exactly. And remember that, AI isn't static. It's constantly evolving. And so are all the threats and challenges we're facing in software testing. You need to make sure that your AI models can adapt to all this new data and those changing conditions. That means implementing some kind of continuous learning process and regularly updating your models with fresh data so they can keep performing at their best.
It's like giving your AI models a regular tune-up to make sure they stay, sharp and relevant. I like that analogy. But what about the human side of all this? With all this talk about AI and automation, are human software testers going to become obsolete?
That's a question that a lot of people have been asking lately. But here's the thing. AI is not here to replace human testers. It's here to empower them. Think of AI as a really powerful tool, a tool that can handle those, repetitive and time-consuming tasks. And that actually frees up human testers to focus on what they do best, using their creativity, their intuition, and their critical thinking skills to find those really tricky bugs that AI might miss.
So it's more like a collaboration, a dynamic duo of human and machine working together to achieve superhuman testing capabilities.
Precisely. It's all about leveraging the strengths of both humans and AI to create a more efficient and effective testing process. Humans are still absolutely essential for things like exploratory testing, usability testing, and coming up with those outside-the-box test cases that AI might not even think of.
That makes sense. So it's not humans versus AI.
Yeah.
It's humans plus AI. We're better together.
Absolutely. And as AI starts to take on an even larger role in testing, human testers are going to need to adapt and evolve their skill sets. It's not enough anymore to just know how to run manual tests. Testers of the future are going to need to understand how AI works, how to interpret its results, and how to collaborate effectively with these AI systems.
So it's all about upskilling and embracing the AI revolution.
Exactly. The most successful testers
Yeah.
are going to be the ones who can, blend their human expertise with the power of AI.
Okay, so we have this exciting new world of AI-powered testing. But let's be realistic. Not everyone's going to be thrilled about this, about this change. Some people might resist adopting AI or even be afraid of it. How can we help those testers overcome their fears and really embrace this AI revolution?
It all starts with education and communication. We need to clearly communicate the benefits of AI and directly address those fears. This isn't about replacing jobs. It's about making those jobs more efficient and impactful.
So it's about showing testers that AI can make their lives easier and make their work more rewarding, not less.
Exactly. We need to provide testers with, the training and the resources so they can feel comfortable working with these new AI tools. And it's so important to create this culture of collaboration and knowledge sharing where testers can learn from each other and from, AI experts.
Collaboration and knowledge sharing are always good things. But let's talk about the practical side of things. How do organizations actually make this AI dream a reality? What are some best practices for successfully adopting AI into their testing processes? Like, where do they even begin?
It's all about, taking those first steps and building momentum. You don't have to go all in on AI immediately. You can just start by identifying the areas of your testing process that are particularly time-consuming or repetitive, the real pain points that are slowing you down, and then see if there are any AI tools out there that could help you to automate or streamline those tasks. It's all about finding those quick wins that really demonstrate the value of AI, and then, that'll get your team excited about the possibilities.
So start small.
Mm-hmm.
Target those pain points and build from there.
Okay, that sounds like a solid approach. What other advice would you give to someone who's just starting out on their AI journey?
Don't be afraid to experiment. The AI landscape is constantly evolving, so the best way to find what works for you is to try different tools and approaches. There's no one-size-fits-all solution here, so you need to get your hands dirty, play around with the different tools, and just see what fits best into your testing workflow. Be a fearless explorer in the world of AI testing. I like that. Embrace that experimentation. And don't be afraid to make a few mistakes along the way. What else is important to keep in mind?
It's really crucial to remember that, AI is a tool. It's not a magic wand. It's not going to solve all of your testing problems overnight. If you want to succeed with AI, you need careful planning, thoughtful implementation, and a commitment to continuous learning and improvement.
Got it. So we need to set realistic expectations.
Yeah.
And be prepared to put in the work. No shortcuts to AI mastery.
Exactly. AI is not a silver bullet, but it is a powerful tool, and it can significantly enhance your testing capabilities if you use it wisely.
Okay, we've talked a lot about the present and the near future of AI testing, but I want to look even further ahead. What's next for AI in software testing? What trends are you most excited about?
One trend that I'm really excited about is the rise of autonomous testing. Imagine, a world where AI systems can actually manage the entire testing process from start to finish with very little human intervention. So the AI would not only generate the test cases and execute them, but it would also analyze the results, identify any defects, and even, suggest potential fixes.
Wow, that sounds like the ultimate testing dream. So the AI is doing all the heavy lifting. Will we humans just sit back and relax?
Well, not quite. We're still going to need human testers to oversee the whole process. But, autonomous testing has the potential to completely revolutionize the way we think about software quality. It could free up human testers so they can focus on more strategic tasks, like like exploratory testing and usability testing, and even test strategy design. Those areas where human intuition and creativity are really essential.
So it's not about replacing humans at all. It's more about kind of elevating their role in the testing process.
Exactly. Autonomous testing is still in its early stages, but it's definitely a trend worth watching.
Okay, autonomous testing is officially on my radar. What other trends are shaping the future of AI testing?
Another area where AI is making a huge impact is in security testing. As software is becoming more and more complex and interconnected, the threat landscape is constantly changing too. Traditional security testing methods are struggling to keep up, but AI offers this powerful new weapon. In the fight against, cyber threats, AI algorithms can analyze huge amounts of data, they can identify patterns, and they can detect anomalies that might indicate a security vulnerability. It helps us to stay one step ahead of those pesky hackers.
So AI is like our cybersecurity sidekick, helping
Yeah.
us to, protect our systems from those who want to do harm.
You could say that. AI-powered security testing tools can also automate a lot of those tedious and time-consuming security testing tasks like vulnerability scanning and penetration testing. And this really frees up human security experts so they can focus on, the more complex and strategic aspects of security, the kind of things that really need human ingenuity and expertise.
Fantastic. It sounds like AI is not only making our software more reliable, it's making it more secure too. What else is on the horizon?
One area that's often overlooked is usability testing. In today's, user-centric world, it's more important than ever to make sure your software is not only functional,
Sure.
but also enjoyable and easy to use.
I completely agree. A great user experience is essential if you want any software product to be successful.
Absolutely. And AI can play a key role in actually improving user experience. Imagine AI algorithms that can analyze user behavior and then identify those areas where users, where they get stuck or frustrated, and then they can use that information to make the software more intuitive
Yeah.
and user-friendly. We're talking about creating software that people actually love to use.
Okay, now you're talking my language. User-friendly software is a win for everyone. But with all these advancements, come new challenges. What are some of the potential pitfalls that we need to be aware of as AI becomes even more, prevalent in testing?
Yeah, you're right. We can't just, blindly embrace AI without thinking about any of the possible downsides. I think one of the biggest challenges is the potential for, bias in AI models. If we're not careful, AI systems can actually inherit and amplify the biases that are already present in the data we use to train them. So, for example, an AI model that's trained on data from, let's say, a predominantly male user base might not accurately predict how female users will interact with a product.
That's a really important point. So how do we make sure that our AI systems are fair and unbiased?
Well, it all starts with the data. We need to be using diverse data sets that actually represent the full spectrum of human experience. And we also need to be very carefully evaluating the outputs of our AI models, looking for any signs of bias, and making adjustments as needed. It's all about building ethical AI systems that treat everyone fairly and equitably.
It's not just about building AI, it's about building responsible AI.
Exactly. We need to make sure that we're using this really powerful technology for good, not for perpetuating existing inequalities. It's our responsibility to make sure AI is used ethically and responsibly in software testing and in every other aspect of our lives.
Well said. So what's the bottom line here? What should our listeners take away from this deep dive into the world of AI-powered software testing?
I think the future of software testing is incredibly exciting, and AI is at the forefront of this whole revolution. But it's important to approach AI with a balanced perspective. We need to embrace its potential while also acknowledging its limitations. AI is not a magic bullet, but it is a powerful tool, and it can definitely help us to build better, more reliable, and more secure software.
That is a great message to leave our listeners with. The future of software testing is bright, and it is powered by AI. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive, everyone. We hope you learned some valuable insights about how transformative AI can be in software testing. Until next time, happy testing.